what are you telling clients at this point?
Well, I mean, I think what we talked about on the people side, right? The biggest factors in a change is the degree of change, right? What's the impact? How far off is it from what people are used to, and then what's the speed of it? And with AI, all of those are at a high factor, right? If they're coming at you fast, it's going to be quite a significant change in how people do things, and it's going to be a lot of learning involved. So as important as the technology itself is, how we get people to adapt to it is going to be even bigger, right? Otherwise, we won't. Without the adoption, we won't be able to reap some of that value. But in general, I think the key for organizations is just to be able to be ready, right? Depending on where you are in your maturity, depending on your organization, your industry, the specific applications as AI starts to develop new technology, the specific application for you specifically will be different, right? So not one tool is going to fit everybody, but when that tool, when that technology is available, we need to be ready to incorporate it as fast as we can, right? So what does that mean? That means being ready from an organizational standpoint, being adaptable, making sure that right there's teams, there's processes in place to identify technology, quickly incorporate it, quickly identify team members within your organization that are kind of at the ready to do an assessment, change what we need to do in order to adapt and slowly bring in that technology, because that will give you the edge, and also on the other side it could keep you from falling behind and starting to lose market share.
And part of that, Pranav, is when you say be ready, it's also be ready for rules and regulations that we don't have right now. So it's a bit of the Wild West in terms of how AI is being developed. We've had some competitive legislation to make sure that everything's fair across the market, but in terms of data privacy and some of the concerns we've heard, there's things in motion and bills being looked at, but nothing's been passed in terms of how is all of this being utilized once you're entering something into ChatGPT or all that content, data privacy. Those are real concerns that we don't have government legislation on. We've seen some U.S. and EU efforts to, again, put some parameters and boundaries, but a lot could change. And I think each and every day that we hear more and more about this, Washington and governments around the world are going to have to address. So be ready and be ready to adapt if, as more to comes in terms of government rules and regulations.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Changing government regulations is the most fun part of our jobs. Completely agree with that. And the most predictable.